Hello and welcome to On Air-Deraan. I'm Freddie.
And I'm Vojta.
And today we're covering Chapter 14 of The Mandalorian.
Yes, also known as Chapter Hype of Season Hype.
Whoa! But before we get ahead of ourselves, which we don't want to make too much of a tradition of, getting, destroying the format of the podcast.
Yes.
We should probably get into our brief thoughts.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, we're going to go into...
The Crochet Granite.
So we're not going to call it the Crochet Granite.
Too late, Fred.
So we're going to be... After our general thoughts, we're going to be talking about what happened.
Yeah, brief description of the plot.
Then we will go into the little things, into the nitty-gritty, fine, of the episode. Then, I suppose, we might be naming the episode at some point.
We do that just whenever we feel, to be honest.
And then, at the end, we'll do...
We'll finish off with our world-famous segment, The Light Side, The Dark Side, and the one in the middle.
The Bendu. BAFTA nominated.
Indeed. And I'm having a very strong buzz that we're actually going to win, because the only thing we're going against this year is Trolls 2 World Tour.
It's true.
It would be so sad if we still lost.
We'll update you next week if we beat Trolls 2 World... Trolls
2 World Tour.
Trolls 2 World Tour.
The film you might be thinking of is Troll 2.
Yeah, that's what I was like, hang on a minute.
Yeah, Troll 2, which famously has 0 trolls in it.
But before we go into a tangent...
Yes, let's tie it back to the actual episode that we watched. Can we talk about the title? Because the second we saw the title, we knew something.
Yes, but I guess we can't, because this is our general thoughts.
Yeah.
Non-spoiler thoughts. Mm-hmm. So you can tune into this part and enjoy, however long this is. I don't know, I'm not psychic.
Yeah. It's hopefully going to be less than 15 minutes, which was last time when it got a little bit out of hand.
So, what was your general thoughts? A Star Wars podcast subtitle.
That is, hello there, general thoughts. Yes, that's the joke you were going for, no doubt. As I've already touched upon with this chapter number, I was very, very pleased with this episode. It had some of the best action in all of Mandalorian, if not like Star Wars in general.
Very different action to what we're used to, but it's very much appreciated.
Yeah, quite varied action too.
Yeah.
The visuals, even though you've mentioned that some buzz on Twitter was that it looked low budget, the visuals were still great.
Yeah.
The direction was, I don't think this time it's going to be... not conspiratory, controversial at all, that it was great.
Yeah, I think we will touch upon the director later.
I think that's not really a spoiler, that this was the episode directed by Robert Rodriguez.
Yes.
And it bloody shows.
Yeah, and not in the Spy Kids way.
No, we were trying to predict if this was going to be more so like the visceral action of Machete, or just...
weirdness
just the stuff Robert Rodriguez does specifically for his kids, and sometimes with his kids.
Yeah, true.
Because like Shark Boy and Lava Girl was like literally based on the dreams that his children had. And
now it's getting a sequel.
Now it's getting a sequel without Taylor Lautner, sadly. But with Pedro Pascal.
Whoa! Brand new guy!
Yeah, let's stop that tangent on this.
I need to say my general thoughts, which I will agree with you. I really enjoyed this episode. I thought, for being only 30 minutes long, it went by quickly, but in a good way. It was a great, efficient use of 30 minutes. It reminded me of the Heiress a few episodes back, with how tight it was.
I would say that was even tighter than the Heiress, actually.
Well, there was a lot more action in this episode than in the Heiress, which is surprising considering there's a lot of action in the Heiress. But I agree, the action was very good, very different. Yeah, it's definitely... I would say watch it. It progressed the plot of the entirety of The Mandalorian, but it wasn't story heavy in and of itself.
Yeah, that was kind of the theme in the last couple episodes, how they were a bit more No, I am completely wrong. This is the opposite of the last 2 episodes, which were more so story than plot.
No, the Siege had its own contained thing, but did contribute to the plot.
It did, yes.
The Jedi had its own story, but it did sort of... it did contribute to the plot as well, I guess.
Have I been wrong on what the difference is between story and plot in the last 2 episodes? Because I feel like I've been saying the opposite of what you are this whole time.
Story is what happens in... No. Fuck.
So you were wrong.
I'm wrong.
Ha!
Yes.
The bloody spider of Damocles has been dangling over your head.
Spider?
I mean, look at it, look up.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, it was dangling above your head this whole time and now it finally fell.
Mm.
Now we've proven that you are actually the fake fan all along.
I'm the fake media student because I'm also not. I keep seeing that pocket from that jacket or that shirt and it looks like Yoda's ear from it.
It really does!
So...
Even though it's brown.
That's brown, yeah.
So it's more like, what's White Yoda's name?
Even PL.
Even PL.
Fucking hell. I can't remember his species name, but it appears in the High Republic in the first chapter.
It sure does. In case you don't know who we mean by White Yoda, it's that Jedi who... it's that very short Jedi with very big ears and a giant scar over his eye.
He appears in Phantom Menace.
And in Clone Wars, where he's tied to... what's his face? The
Tarkin.
The future Grand Moff Tarkin.
Yeah. He was only a captain then.
Captain Tarkin.
Whoa!
Yeah, in the episode centered around the Citadel. Not to be confused with the Citadel from Mass Effect.
Very different things, also different franchises.
And also different names.
Well, let's move back to something that has a name in this episode.
Grogu!
And how can I segue this into talking about the subplot summary?
Okay. I like segues. Let's turn this into one.
Yes, fine. Now, plot summary, because we got the things to talk about. Mm-hmm. Okay,
so spoilers full on from now on.
Yeah.
Sorry to everyone who didn't know that Grogu was Baby Yoda's name, by the way.
Yeah, well, if you're watching a non-spoiler review of episode 14 and hadn't seen episode 13...
It's possible, but hey, sorry anyway.
Sorry,
Jack.
Whoa!
Yeah, anyway, let's get into the...
Spoiler summary, Crochet Granite.
I thought you didn't want to do it and I was going to annoy you by saying it just then.
Well, I just subverted your expectations. Much like this episode!
Oh my god, this episode... We can get into that later. We'll get to that. But
Mando actually just immediately goes to Tython, which I did not think was going to happen.
Literally, the first thing we see is Mando getting to that planet.
Goes to Tython to put Baby Yoda on the Seeing Stone, and then he does that in the first, minute.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe not the first minute, but...
Well, the very first, 10% of the show.
Jetpack's out of the way.
Jetpack bragging.
Yeah.
Shout out to the artist who does art for Beard Bros. I don't know what I'm talking about that. That's very random. But, sorry about that.
Baby Yoda's on the Seeing Stone.
And before he starts seeing anything, bloody Boba Fett shows up.
In Slave One!
Why? How? Doesn't matter. He's here and it's cool.
We'll talk about... But...
Mando leaves Grogu where he sat.
Grogu's he's doing in a proper meditation position, and then blue stuff comes out the Seeing Stone.
Well, not just yet.
No, I think that happens
a little bit later, I think.
Maybe, I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure that happens while he's talking to Boba. So he goes down the mountain and he runs into Boba Fett. More specifically, he gets some warning shots fired at him.
Yeah.
And there he bloody is. Temuera Morrison in all his glory.
Yeah, speaking in a Kiwi accent.
Yeah, with a very messed up face.
Very messed up.
Presumably from, I was going to say Scarjo's.
The Sarlacc.
Sarlacc's gastric acid.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not just him. Who's he got with him?
Bloody... I'm going to say her name wrong. Fennec. Fuck!
Fennec, like the desert fox.
Yes. What's a Fennec?
Yeah, that's like a tiny desert fox with huge ears.
Whoa, but she doesn't have any... Oh my god, what if she's
doesn't have ears.
But what if she's like Jackson?
She's not a rabbit.
Okay.
She is human,
But
her name is Fennec.
And Fennec is back from the dead. Well, she wasn't really dead.
Yeah, she was almost dead, but she got some nifty cyborg upgrades in
Some
her...
cyborg abs.
Sabs.
Sabs! Yeah, so she got saved by Boba Fett. And she was going to, shoot Baby Yoda if, Mando didn't drop his weapon and his jetpack.
Because Boba is there and he doesn't care about anything except his armor.
He wants his armor back because the armor was his father's.
Which he says 7 times.
Yeah, but that's a new thing. We'll discuss.
We will.
Yeah, and so...
And so, in the middle of this, Boba Fett is like, yeah, cool. Give me my shit, you dingus.
You dank ferric? No, wait, that doesn't work.
We don't know what dank ferric literally means. It could work in this case. But while they're discussing, a certain ship shows up.
Yeah, and it's a bloody stormtrooper troop transport.
Indeed.
Looks eerily similar to the one from Force Awakens, which, again, as with everything, we're going to discuss later.
And bloody mayhem erupts, and it goes on for a pretty dang long time.
Because there's 2 of them, there's 2 ships.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them.
Yeah.
They're surprisingly full of stormtroopers. This is where bloody Rodriguez really comes to form. Nailed it. First time, every time. I like first times.
Fuck off, Ahsoka. Boba Fett's using his gaffy stick, really
efficiently.
It reminded me of from the little I know of Machete, I guess, because I assume he uses a machete.
I would think so, but it's way less bloody than Machete.
But every time you see a stormtrooper's helmet get fucking destroyed, you know that guy's face is fucked up too.
Definitely.
But they kill all the stormtroopers. Boba Fett puts his armor back on and then scares the rest away.
Yeah, basically.
And they fly away.
And he shoots both of the transports down with a single rocket.
He's back. And he doesn't look at the explosion.
Yep, he looks away like the cool guy that he apparently is now and always been, even though we've never seen it, really.
Yeah. But no time for celebrations because bloody... Mando's ship, the Razor Crest, just gets blown up.
Just immediately, just a single blast comes from the sky and the ship is just gone. It's the Architans.
Well, it's a type of ship.
Yes, but it's
Architans.
It's an Architans, but it's the Architans.
Moff Gideon's Architans.
Moff Gideon flies around in.
Yes.
And it's not just that he has that fairly large, comparatively, ship. Even though it's really small in comparison to Star Destroyers.
Yeah.
What does he have on the ship, Freddy?
He has Dark Troopers!
I'm gonna tell you all about them soon! And he immediately deploys 4 of them.
Yeah.
They just swoop down on the battlefield, grab Grogu, and
From the temple thingy,
and just fly off without even looking back. It's done. Grogu is gone.
Yeah.
Moff Gideon has it now.
Yeah. And then they fuck off.
They just leave.
Yeah, and Mando's pretty bummed. He finds the ball that Baby Yoda likes playing with in the destroyed Razor Crest, and he finds his Beskar spear.
The best spear.
Best spear. He talks to Boba Fett. He's like, well, I'm fucked now.
But no, Boba Fett is like, I owe you now, but technically, on a tenuous, weird wording of a promise I gave you. Let's fucking join up and go do something about this baby. We're gonna help you get him back.
Let's get the baby.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back.
Let me see the baby.
And so they start hatching a plan.
Yeah, they go to bloody Navarro, where Cara Dune is a officially New Republic sanctioned marshal.
Which is, we finally have a confirmation of what that badge or whatever was that
it was
Carson Teva gave her.
Like a Wild West Sheriff or Marshal badge.
Yeah, it was literally that. Even though I'm not sure if it can attach to her armor.
No.
But yeah, they meet her because she has some information about a certain Miggs Mayfeld,
also known as played by
Bill Burr Baggins.
Whoa! And it's almost as if I tweeted that he was going to appear in this episode, and I'm taking it because you see his face.
You see his face on that view screen, and it looks very strange.
Yes, because every other one was an alien.
Yeah, you go through like Nyctos and Aqualish and like Gamorreans, and then it's just Bill Burr's photo in the middle. He looks so weird.
Yeah, but they want to spring Bill Burr out of New Republic prison so they can then he can help them find the architect. We'll probably discuss that because I mean I don't really understand that if I'm honest, but
yeah, but it's weird, but it's cool.
Yeah,
just like pretty much everything else in this episode.
Yeah, speaking of cool, cut back to the architect, which is in bloody hyperspace, and Yoda is wrecking some like stormtroopers.
Well, not Yoda.
Baby Yoda, sorry.
Grogu.
Yes, Grogu. He is like. There's these two stormtroopers in his chambers, and he's just like wailing on them.
He's ragdolling them as if he was playing Force Unleashed 1.
Yeah, and Moff Gideon just walks in and just lets it happen.
Yeah. Baby Yoda straight up chokes those two.
It says in the subtitles.
Yeah. It straight up says choking.
Yeah. I was like, you gotta be choking me.
Oh, God. That episode was choke full of stuff like that.
We didn't even mention the title.
We did not.
It was called The Tragedy, and Baby Yoda being captured and under Moff Gideon's
imprisonment.
Yeah, that is a tragedy.
That is a real tragedy. It really tipped us off that something is gonna go down in this episode.
Yeah.
One could say that there was a spoiler, but I would say that this really just gave a whole new like texture to the episode.
Yeah, it's like if you were. That wasn't a Borat thing. If you were like we were, if you didn't know like last episode was called The Jedi and someone told you it was called The Jedi, you'll be like, oh, Ahsoka's. This is the one with Ahsoka. Whereas I guess if you were told someone, oh, this one's called The Tragedy, you'll know something bad's gonna happen, but you don't know what's gonna happen. But would you rather know a character that's gonna appear or know a plot point?
I would say plot point.
So you're glad that you didn't know this was called The Tragedy until you saw it.
Yeah, and it's not like clear that the tragedy refers to Baby Yoda being stolen, because like if it was called like the taking or like the capture, then sure. But the tragedy, that could just be like about the history of Mandalore or whatever.
True.
But no, it is what we were afraid of.
Yeah, Baby Yoda, fucking gone.
Yeah. Let's not forget that to mention that Moff Gideon straight up says that he is the donor and Dr. Pershing is going to do more stuff with him.
Yeah, he's going to bloody take his blood. Moff Gideon, vampire?
Ooh. Yeah.
Moff Gideon's from the Shrieking Citadel from the Dr. Afro comics?
Those weren't quite vampires.
I thought they were space vampires.
They were like big space fleas.
Isn't that what a vampire is, a big flea?
Well, but they were like literal fleas.
Oh. Maybe not then.
No.
I would pay for that version of Twilight.
Maybe they're more like Aura Singh, because she can like drain blood with her fingertips.
Aura Singh can do that?
Well, not anymore, she's dead. But
oh yeah. She was pushed by bloody Tobias Beckett to her death. She fell to her death.
I don't remember that.
He says in Solo, when he like meets Lando's like, well, Tobias Beckett, you're the one that killed us Aura Singh. And he's like, well, she fell.
It was gravity that killed the beast.
Tobias Beckett, Batman confirmed.
She died the same way as bloody Mace Windu.
Oh my god. Well, let's talk about all of the things we want to talk about.
Yeah, let's end the crochet granite segment.
That's in the past. Much like this episode!
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
We watched it twice.
We did watch it twice because it was very short and we could get away with it.
Yeah.
Literally, like, if we take away, like, the previews, it was less than half an hour long. But as Freddy mentioned, it really doesn't feel like it.
From the previews, we knew that something was going to go down with Boba Fett because, I mean, they showed Boba Fett walking, at the end of episode 5 last season, they showed Boba Fett
walking up to Fennec's body.
Yeah.
Which, what we thought was a corpse.
Yeah, so it wasn't Cobb Vanth, that was Boba Fett.
Yeah. And it also showed bloody Moff Gideon and his Dark Troopers.
True.
Which also kind of tipped us off that they're going to catch up with them.
There's no music in those previews. You noticed
Which is
that?
a little strange, yeah.
It was very strange. It was the very different kind of preview.
It was a very cold open. No, it wasn't.
It was not.
That's not what a cold open
No.
is.
Would have been a cold open if he was already on Tython.
It would be a cold open if it started like with him doing like a little mini heist on Canto Bight, and then it switched to him going straight to Tython or straight to Navarro in a very James Bond fashion.
Would have been a cold open if Mando and Billy D. Williams were opening a Colt 45.
What?
Don't you remember the Billy D. Williams adverts with the Colt 45 drink?
No.
That is a thing, genuinely. I thought that was a really funny joke. I was like, I'm going to say Colt 45 because that's a Star Wars joke because of Billy D. Williams. Never mind.
Someone found it funny, I'm sure.
No one did. But
don't say it. Okay, good.
I'm not going to say big but. Boba Fett and his dad they're Mandalorians. They officially, because Jango Fett was a foundling, so the script I was writing, fucking garbage now because it's confirmed. So,
yeah, he's a Mandalorian in the same way that the Din Djarin is a Mandalorian. So all the people who say that they're not Mandalorians, including the Mandalorians from Mandalore, can fuck right off.
Yeah, well, Almec, it was within his interests to lie in every way because he was both the Prime Minister of the New Mandalorians, which were pacifists, so would want to distance themselves from Jango, who was a bounty hunter, and also he was secretly a Death Watch member, who also would want to distance themselves from Jango Fett, because they don't like the bounty hunter type.
Yeah, which is really big for people who care about this.
I'm totally not one of those people, but I'm really friggin' excited.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Totally am one of those people.
I don't know if I'm weird for a Star Wars fan to not really care that much about Boba Fett or opening crawls, but Star Wars is vast enough for everyone to care about what they want.
I'm just psyched because that means because everyone was like, oh, Boba Fett's not a Mandalorian. I was like, or Jango Fett's not a Mandalorian. It's like, then why is all of his in Slave One, all of the instruments and that are written in Mandoa? Why would he read the Mandalorian language if he just was a guy that wore Mandalorian armor?
Although, to be fair,
you see the Mandoa in this episode too.
Yeah, but when he's first talking to Din, he never really says straight up, I am a Mandalorian. He just keeps saying, this armor belongs to me, it was my father's.
Well, I suppose he's a Mandalorian by heritage because he was not raised as a Mandalorian. Yeah. This was actually going to be a whole paragraph in my video that never is going to get made.
It's a shame.
But
I guess Boba just doesn't really care that much. He cares more about his dad than the Mandalorians.
Yeah, well, Boba Fett wasn't raised by any Mandalorians. He was raised by a load of other bounty hunters.
Oh, true.
And from the Empire Strikes Back, a certain point of view, we learn that Boba Fett is viewed as a Mandalorian pretender by Dengar. Mm-hmm. Dengar was one of the people that fucking raised him anyway. Effectively. Not his actual adopted dad, but he was in his crew.
He was 12 when he started hanging with them.
Yeah, and presumably did until the end of the Clone Wars.
Yeah,
when he got the dent on his helmet.
Yeah, probably until he started wearing the armor.
Yeah,
which he wouldn't have been that much older. Was 3 years after Episode 2.
Yeah, he was still fucking young.
So he would have been 15 at a stretch,
probably
more 13.
Shit. Yeah, but
so he grew up to be the same height as his dad when he was 13.
Another thing is that we get confirmation that Boba Fett's armor is the same as Jango Fett's armor, and that both of them are Beskar, which is pretty interesting. Hence why Jango Fett was able to be killed by a lightsaber, because he got his head chopped off.
Yeah, he wasn't stabbed, he wasn't anything. It was just a little seam in between the things.
I heard that some people theorized, or have said, not theorized, that Mace Windu didn't actually intend on killing Jango Fett, because I think they said to Obi-Wan to bring Jango back for questioning or something. And you can clearly see when Mace Windu's about to chop off his head, Jango's jetpack activates, but obviously it fails because it's broken. And so it would have like probably gone for his legs or something if his jetpack did go off. And that's why Mace Windu, like, he looks really cool when he does it because he's not looking. But then when he looks at his body, he's like, I just chopped his head off. I just chopped his head off in front of his son.
He didn't know about Boba.
No, but he did know that all the clones were based off of him.
I don't really buy that he wasn't meant to do that though, because like he has the Force. He would probably be like at least kind of cognizant of what he's doing.
I guess so, but I mean, you can't. Hasn't got like pure premonition.
No, but like I just don't buy it that he just swung it wrong.
No, he didn't swing wrong. It was just that he was anticipating Jango Fett to activate his jetpack.
I would say that like his reflexes would have been quick enough to stop himself.
I don't know.
I don't think that is a thing.
Well, either way,
until
dead.
they do from a certain point of view of episode 2 for Mace Windu.
I would read that.
I would read that if there aren't any Chandra fans' points of view in that book, and I don't have to be subjected to that again.
What a shame. We're going to find out about the Chandraphan Jedi Master of Grogu, who was in the Jedi Temple during episode 2.
Oh, I hate the thought of that. We've never seen a Chandraphan Jedi.
No, I don't think so.
Would be kind of cool.
But what I was going to say about Boba Fett's armor was that in Legends, I believe it was meant to be... He found bits and pieces of Mandalorian armor over time that he put together, and then it wasn't Jango Fett's armor. But now we know that it is the same armor. Which I think is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I think that makes more sense to me.
Yeah. I think it's cool.
Although it's still... What kind of a blaster was... Not Cobb Vanth. Cad Bane using?
Yeah, to dent Beskar. Fucking hell.
It was a blaster with Death Star technology in it.
Oh, miniaturized Death Star tech. Speaking of the weird callbacks, I'm just a simple man making my way around the galaxy.
Yeah, different than Jango Fett's quote, because
Yeah.
he was a simple man trying to make his way in the universe.
Yeah.
And then he also said, like my father before me.
Like Luke.
Which is a really weird mix.
But it's true.
I don't think I liked that though.
I don't mind it.
I usually like the callbacks, but this felt a little weird.
I don't mind it because I can imagine that Django was trying to think of something to say to Mando to convince him, because he had been tracking Mando since presumably episode 1, because he said that you took the armor from Cobb Vanth. So he knows who Cobb Vanth is. So why didn't he take it from Cobb Vanth? There's probably something to that.
And since he had Slave 1 all along, why was he even around all this time on Tatooine?
Yeah.
Or if he wasn't, like, why did he come back at that point?
It's kind of interesting. Like, what if there was... Maybe he knew Cobb Vanth had it, like, when he was on Tatooine, but just let him.
What,
but I can't imagine
that
why.
He felt like he was worthy or something, but that doesn't really make sense to me.
Yeah, I know. But the thing is that he was on Tatooine since episode 5. Or maybe not since, but he was on Tatooine at some point. And Mando was able to find Cobb Vanth just by asking around in Mos Eisley. So you would think Boba Fett would be able to find him.
Mos Belgo.
Mos Eisley.
Both.
No,
true.
Yeah,
You're
he
right.
asked around in Mos Eisley and found out that he was in Mos Pelgo. So...
Even though that's like half a planet away.
Mando had to walk most of the way back.
Well, yeah.
It's interesting.
Strange stuff. It's going to be weird how they're going to fill that gap, if they're gonna choose to do so.
They might not.
I kind of feel like I agree. I don't think they're going to do it in Mandalorian, but they will kind of have to do it at some point.
Yeah.
And it's probably not gonna be super good, but at least we will know. It's probably going to be in like Dr. Afro or whatever.
Oh my god. Played by Matt Smith.
That's a weird callback to a joke that we made before we started recording.
You can cut that bit out if you want.
No, let's let people on Reddit fan theorize what you meant by that.
Matt Smith playing Dr. Aphra?
Both Dr. Aphra and Dr. Pershing?
Oh my god!
And young Palpatine?
Whoa!
High Republic the movie?
Matt Smith's not Dr. Pershing.
He's not. That's confirmed. That's canonical.
It's not confirmed. It just is true.
I mean, yeah, it's confirmed that it's not him. I mean, look at the credits.
Yeah, well, we know what else is canon in Star Wars, thanks to this episode.
Tython.
I thought you were going to... Well, I was thinking of something else.
Go for it.
Testicles. Because a stormtrooper gets kicked in the groin...
By Boba Fett.
By Boba Fett, and he really... He's like walking around like... and he gets a fucking gaffy stick right in the face.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, that's like the first time anyone's been hit in the balls, on screen at least.
I'm trying to think. There's probably... there might be another instance.
I mean, I don't know.
No, yeah, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but... yeah, so not only is Baby Yoda's ball thing going to have its own Wikipedia page...
Now, balls...
Yeah, there's gonna be a disambiguation page on ball. It's like, did you mean this stormtrooper's testicles on Tython?
Yeah, in Points of View Mandalorian, it's going to be revealed that...
I would read that.
Yeah, that he... I don't even know. I don't know where I'm going with this. Was that it's bloody BA-11... the stormtrooper who just kept getting hit in the balls all his life. Until it usually helped him survive tough situations because he had to duck and he was out of the way of the blasters, but now it cost him his life.
I thought you were thinking of like Johnny English 2, when he gets trained to not hurt when he gets hit in the balls.
I remember that, when he has to like drag boulders by his balls.
That's such a weird... That happened at the start of the movie. Like, there's a whole montage where he's Shaolin monk training, and like it pays off for like one joke.
That's long-term payoff. Much like in Mandalorian, episodes 5 and 6 of season 1. Those two that felt like the most filler of filler. Yeah. By which I mean, of course, Gunslinger, when Fennec is introduced, and episode 6 with Bill Burr, both of which are tying directly into this episode and the next one.
It's true. And also episode 4 with Cara Dune, obviously. Cara Dune was in this episode too.
Well, briefly. Karga.
Grief Karga was not in this episode.
He was not. He's... I assume that he's not going to be joining the gang for the like big finale.
No, because he's the magistrate.
Yeah, he's like the big cheese of Navarro now. But now that the Imperial lab is blown up, like he's got his hands full with trying to make Navarro like a prosperous place. Yeah. I guess that's why they're bringing in Bill Burr to replace him.
Maybe it could be interesting to see like why is Bill Burr. Why is Mayfield?
Miggs Mayfeld.
Or is it Mayfield?
I think it's Mayfeld.
Whatever. Why? Why does Mando need him? How would he know where the Arc-10s went?
I mean, he's a former Imperial sharpshooter. Maybe he... And since he was so insulted that he called him a stormtrooper, maybe he was like fairly high rank. And he would know something about the Empire.
What if he was a fucking scout trooper?
Could be. I mean, they are the sharpshooters, as far as I know.
Yeah.
But, like, does Mando know any other Imperials?
I don't think so. That's a good point.
That might be why. And there wasn't really an option to leave any of the guys alive that they fought, specifically because they didn't know they're going to need them.
Yeah. I think Mayfield, whatever.
Mayfeld.
Yeah, Mayfeld. He was my favourite character from that episode. Like, I was like, I would like to see more of him because he was quite interesting.
And we knew for a while, or at least you knew for a while, that he was coming back because he was like confirmed to do it.
Yeah, to be in this season.
Yeah. And now we're fucking getting him.
Yeah, in the possibly 3-part finale.
Well, no, yeah, if we count this one, then it probably is like a 3-part finale.
Yeah. Wait, is there only 2? Yeah, there are.
Yeah, this was episode 6.
Oh, yeah.
Chapter 14.
Oh, yeah.
Of season 2.
Too many fucking numbers. Right.
We're not doing that bit again.
No.
Alright, since we are fairly deep into the nitty-gritty, should we talk about the name of this episode of the podcast, specifically?
Yeah. I was considering calling it K2-SO because it is a big, hulking Imperial droid, much like the Dark Troopers we see in this episode, and we see them quite a lot. Like, we see them.
Yeah, we get to see them close up, we get to see them fly straight from the Architects to the ground and back up.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
They never fire anything, but they didn't really need to.
Because Mando was too slow to get on that hill.
Yeah, because he had to put his jetpack down.
Yeah, so if Boba Fett didn't make him drop his jetpack...
That was a little...
I understand why, because Boba Fett wouldn't want him to get away. Because he doesn't have a jetpack, so he's like, drop the jetpack. But then just wasn't enough time for him to get it back on. So it's not a plot hole. It's not one of those.
It's not even a plot convenience. It's just it does make sense.
It's just plot.
Yeah. What I thought was a plot convenience was like the wording of the promise that Boba had to give to Din about like that he will guarantee the baby's safety for his armor.
But the thing is that bloody Boba Fett is a Mandalorian, so he has to stick by his word. Hence why, like last episode, Mando never agreed to killing Ahsoka because he wasn't going to agree. He wasn't going to do that, and Mando has stayed stuck by his word because that's the Mandalorian creed thing.
Yeah, I don't know if Boba really ever did that in the past, but
I mean, Boba Fett hasn't appeared much in canon anymore. And as you said earlier, well, off camera.
If anything, he appeared in canon less than Django.
Yeah.
I mean, at least in the movies.
No.
In the movies.
Yes. Bloody Boba Fett now is like, this is his pretty much only badass moment.
Yes.
As an adult, maybe.
Well, in live action, definitely.
Yeah, in live action, yeah.
I mean, he didn't do much badassery in Clone Wars either. He did more so like covert operations.
No, he was in some episodes. In like the Adventurous episode underground on that train. It was pretty cool.
Was he in the cube?
No.
Or the box, or whatever it was called?
The box.
The one where Obi-Wan was pretending to be a bounty hunter?
To be Reiko Hardeen, who is from the same planet as Jango Fett.
I thought you were going to say from The Simpsons.
No, Reiko Hardeen is from Concord Dawn, same as Jango Fett.
Interesting. More connections between the bloody Obi-Wan and the Mandalorians.
Yeah. But connections to Star Wars games. Bloody one of the stormtroopers that was firing mortars. You commented on his like the coloured markings on him, and you said how he was like a clone trooper.
Yeah, because a lot of clone troopers had like coloured stripy things or like highlights.
But that is like an Evo trooper, I believe, or something, or a type of trooper from the original Force Unleashed game. Because there's a lot of stormtrooper variations from that game, and the bloody flame trooper from episode 8 last season is also from the Force Unleashed. So they definitely like pulling stormtrooper designs from the Force Unleashed, which is cool.
It's really cool, and it's making no one happy other than people like us.
Yeah.
Who are really looking for like every kind of piece of spider web that this could be like.
I recognise that rock from Star Wars Jedi Knight Fallen Order.
This is the same rock that was put in front of R2-D2 in the special edition of A New Hope.
Broke you ground.
That guy said McClunky.
Oh my! Imagine if instead of saying Dank Ferrick at the start, he goes McClunky.
What do you think is more likely? Pruneface showing up or someone saying McClunky?
Pruneface showing up. No one's ever going to say fucking McClunky. Ever. Why was that added? Why did Disney let George Lucas add that? It ruins the pacing of that. Like, I like George Lucas, but what the fuck? It ruins the pacing of that scene.
Look, Skywalker.
Oh, fucking hell.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And I think they had to let him do it because, like, in his contract was that he can put, like, Star Wars in, like, any way that he wishes on it.
Yeah, because that was what type he submitted to them. That was Star Wars. And it included McClunky. So...
I haven't seen that version yet.
Neither. I'm never gonna. Even though
I want to. I really want to, because that's the official version now, and we have to recognize it as such.
No.
Anyway, I kind of took us on a very long tangent from the naming of this episode. Are we sticking to K2-SO?
Well, what kind did you want?
Well, I was thinking of base Malbus because there were lots of guns and explosion. That's definitely his thing. And like Dark Troopers were in it for like 1 minute. But
I feel like we've had more tenuous links though.
I mean, we freaking saw Guerrera because we saw the first episode.
Like, I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. Like, K2-SO fits better.
Yeah.
And if we wanted to make it into more of a joke, this was a bloody K2-SOS signal, which is both what Baby Yoda should be bloody signaling now, and it's kind of possibly what he was signaling before when he was sitting on the Seeing Stone.
Yeah, I thought you were going to link to bloody Pierce Brosnan, Mamma Mia, singing SOS.
Oh, God. Well, no, I would have done that, maybe. Because if we had any like more nods to Admiral Thrawn.
Yeah, because he was on like the bridge, and you were like, "Is he going to send a message to Admiral Thrawn?" It's like, you can't send messages in hyperspace. And then they said, "We're going to send a message after we exit hyperspace." And you're like, "Thrawn?"
But no, it was just to Dr. Pershing.
Yeah.
Speaking of Dr. Pershing, though, Moff Gideon said that they have our donor instead of like my donor.
Ooh.
Which kind of implies like some fan theories were like Moff Gideon really wants to be force sensitive, so he's doing all of this to give himself force powers.
Yeah.
But I would say that if that was the case, he would say like my donor.
I suppose, and he might have like made more of an inference to that when he was like taunting Baby Yoda with the Darksaber. He might have gone like, you know, because Baby Yoda was using the Force to like hurt people, and he was like, he could have gone, I don't know, I'm not a dialogue person, but he could have like said something about how he wanted it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Speaking of, some people also thought that the Force-sensitive stuff and the Dark Trooper stuff were very much linked.
Yeah.
How the Dark Trooper was going to be like armor that they would put Force-sensitive people in.
Dark Troopers are definitely droids.
Yeah, these ones are 100% droids. We see like through their legs and torsos.
Yeah.
But in Legends, there were 3 versions of Dark Troopers.
Yes.
First 2 of which were droids, and the third version were armor people.
Yeah.
So it could still be kind of a thing, but it looks like they're working at least 2 projects, though.
Yeah.
Which seem to be unrelated.
Yeah, it seems that way. But
unless they are trying to literally recreate Vader. With like the dark armor and force powers.
Yeah, possibly. I don't know.
Or like a better Grievous.
We don't know what armor, like if the Dark Troopers are made with Beskar. Because we didn't see any like shooty parts.
I was expecting them to just shoot them and it would do absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I was anticipating that, but we didn't see that.
So since they didn't do it, it's still possible that they don't have Beskar?
Yeah, it's possible.
But they probably do, if we're being real.
Yeah.
I mean, they have so much of it.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting.
Allegedly. I'm basing that on the only... The source for this is what you said on one of the episodes.
Look,
so
I think that makes sense. Like,
this was once revealed to me in a dream.
Whoa. I can't remember if that was in the episode or if that's what you said in the kitchen.
What?
That it was revealed to you in a dream.
I had a dream that Pruneface was in this episode.
Ah, yes. Well,
and I completely flipped my shit, kicked the table, ran out of the room screaming,
"Oh, Marco!
I need to play with my Star Wars toys!"
Yeah.
I went full Rich Evans.
Well, you haven't
Well, not full Rich Evans.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to that once we get to Pruneface in a couple episodes. What if Pruneface is in jail? No, what if Pruneface is a fucking guard?
Yeah, what if he is the jailer? What if he is the warden of the galaxy?
Whoa!
Much like Moff Gideon, apparently.
What if Moff Gideon is like, my master, and it's Pruneface?
Oh, what if he's like, oh, my mask, I need to take it off for a couple seconds, my prune face is hurting.
And what Gideon does that?
Yeah. I mean, in canon, there are, like, genetically engineered, like, squid things that can serve as, like, shape-shifting masks.
Wow, there's Zam Wessel.
Well, that too, but she's a changeling. They can do that by themselves. But in the Dr. Aphra comic...
Whoa!
In the story arc Catastrophe Con, she befriends, or thinks she befriends, this person who appears to be a changeling. But it's actually revealed to be Dr. Avazan with one of those squids over his face. Which is really funny, because she convinces that changeling to pretend to be Dr. Avazan to learn Tam Posla onto the place where they are to spring him out of a jail.
Yeah.
But at the end it's revealed that it's actually Dr. Avazan all along. When he turns on Dr. Aphra.
That's really weird.
It was really fun.
Yeah, fair enough.
It was one of the best arcs. That was also the one that introduced the hook spores.
The force-sensitive mushroom things.
Yeah. Which, before anyone starts being like, Star Wars canon is so bad. The Disney Star Wars is stupid.wordpress.com. I wonder if that person is listening to this.
Whoa! If you are, fuck you!
If you are, Kathleen Kennedy is responsible for everything good about Disney Star Wars.
And they die of a heart attack after hearing.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, if they were listening at any point, they would stop after we said literally anything good about Kathleen Kennedy.
That's true. But as you were saying...
As I was saying... I don't know what I was saying. Yeah, the hook spores weren't always force sensitive. They were just like a parasitic organism that just hooked onto a corpse of a Jedi.
Yeah, which made them...
Which absorbed the midichlorians or whatever. That's not a Disney thing, that's a George Lucas original. Fuck off.
Talking about Dr. Aphra, because Tython appears in Dr. Aphra.
I'm going to assume that it does.
And it doesn't look like it does in Dr. Aphra. I mean, admittedly, they go to the North Pole, I believe, in that comic. Whereas,
oh yeah, I remember now.
Whereas they clearly don't in this episode.
No, it's a double biome planet. That's illegal.
It looks like Spain or something. I don't know.
Kind of. It's just like a prairie with hilly, like a dry hilly world.
Yeah, Western.
Yeah, it's just Western with like Stonehenge in it.
Yeah. Also, that henge has the same writing system that is on the Lothal Jedi Temple, the Sith Temple on Yavin 4, the Sith Temple on Malachor 5, and also the catacombs where Saw Gerrera is on Jeddah in Rogue One. And also the Zepho temples in Jedi Knight Fallen Order.
Whoa!
So I literally last night I was in a massive conversation with Aurek Fonts, which is he makes good fonts, and he made one for this script called the Old Tongue, and this seems to be before Aurebesh, before the standard writing system, and also possibly before Proto-Besh, which is the writing in the Jedi sacred texts. So this writing system is like
older
before
than the ancient texts.
Yeah, the sacred
texts.
So this is before the Republic. So this Seeing Stone is from before the Republic.
It's like the actual Dawn of the Jedi, like in the Dawn of the Jedi.
Whoa! But
Force Storm.
There's a difference. Tython in Legends is in the deep core, whereas now we know it's in the Outer Rim. Both because of the map. So I was wrong last week, but it is linked to the map because you see Tython on the map.
Yeah.
So I'm still right in my own way.
We should talk a bit more about the Seeing Stone, I think.
Yeah.
Because when the Grogu meditates there for a bit, he goes basically Super Saiyan 2. He like erupts in so much like blue energy.
You thought he was aging.
Yeah, for a little bit because they like did like they punched into his face. Not like literally. They like
the camera hits him. Just,
yeah, it's like they break the fourth wall.
Yeah.
No, they like do like a super close up on his face, and I thought like, is he getting bigger? What is this?
Bigger Grogu?
No. Something more than him just like realizing where to go or what to do must have happened. Like, there was like some serious like unlocking his potential or like calling out to someone had to have happened.
Who is he calling out to?
Well, who is left? Ahsoka doesn't really make sense because they just met her.
Yeah.
Luke, I don't think it's Luke because they would probably incorporate that into Luke's story beforehand,
which they haven't done, and they probably would never do. Because if they say, "Oh yeah, Baby Yoda is trained by Luke," well then Baby Yoda fucking dies.
Yeah, he's probably killed by Kylo Ren eventually.
Well, he wasn't killed.
Well, Ben Solo.
No,
because
he didn't kill any of them. He only killed 2 people.
What?
Or sort of 3.
The ones in the comic.
Yeah, like he did burn down the temple and kill everyone. We don't know who did that.
Oh yeah, because unreliable narrator, conflicting stories.
Yeah, so it's kind of a bit weird.
Different point of view.
Yeah, but either way,
we have to wait for freaking 38 years until a certain point of view Last Jedi comes out.
Yeah.
But that's still gonna be contradicting because that's the whole nature of the books.
Oh, which person will we find out in a certain point of view Last Jedi? Maybe the slave
R2-D2
boy?
Probably. The slave boy?
Yeah, the slave boy who's like, can't believe these fucking people came here and then made me release the animals? I'm a slave!
Oh, I thought you meant like someone who was in Luke's temple.
No, I meant the kid on the Canto Bight.
Yeah, it's gonna be Broom Kid 100%.
That's the guy I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's probably going to be one of the horses as well.
Oh my god.
It's going to be the real hacker.
The real hacker, yeah. He's gonna go on an adventure.
Yeah, we're gonna find out how much he won and how much sabacc he played.
That droid, that's an iron.
Oh god, yes. The evil BB-8.
The big nose lady. I'm sorry, she doesn't actually have that big of a nose, but Rian Johnson, whenever he filmed her, made it so like the angle of the camera was like enunciating her nose.
Who's big nose lady?
Like Holdo's second in command or something.
Right. Okay, that's 6. We need to come up with 34 more.
The lady on Canto Bight that goes,
one of the Crystal Foxes.
Oh yeah. The Gareth Edwards character.
Oh yeah,
and the guy that goes
salt.
So
the last moments of Fish Face. What's his face?
Fish Face.
Admiral
Akbar. It will be a page long.
It will be a page long. R2-D2 in Luke's temple.
Oh, one of the fish ladies, the fish nuns.
The caretakers?
Yeah, the one that gets like the boulder that knocks down her her cart.
We will get the fake pirates that were meant to be in Rey's third task that she never got to do.
There were no pirates.
Yeah, that's why I said the fake pirates.
So it's just going to be an imaginary?
Yeah, the merchants.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
No, it's just people from other tribes, other islands.
That's what I meant. We're going to get the point of view of Chewbacca whilst he was eating the porg.
No, I don't think we will because Chewbacca's too much of a main character. I think we're going to get point of view of that porg.
Yeah, the guy, the one that goes like Puss in Boots in Shrek 2. Look.
Yeah. Then we might get. We're running out of fucking characters.
We're gonna get Nien Nunb.
Nien Nunb, yeah. Gonna get the guy that was gonna chop off Rose's head.
Oh yeah, wasn't that who was that? Those were like
Prince Harry and William.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck! I forgot that was them.
Yeah, they actually weren't them.
Oh my god! What if they were meant to be Tag and Bink?
No,
not Tag and Bink. Yeah, Tag and Bink.
Tag and Bink already exist in canon though.
Well, kind of.
Yeah.
But, well, that's the point. They're everywhere.
Oh my god.
They're in Solo.
Yeah.
In an elongated version of a cut scene that wasn't in the movie to begin with.
Yeah. It was like
They're
the
also
deleted part of a deleted scene. Great.
They're also the executioners.
Yeah.
They're probably in every single... They are the guys on Death Star who talk about that...
T-60 Skyhopper or whatever.
T-60 Skyhopper, who are the same guys on Scarif.
Talking about the other one.
T-60 Skyhopper.
Yeah.
This has gone on for too long.
The Jedi Master was Coleman Trebor.
Oh god, yes. He was actually, wasn't he?
I don't know.
Dinosaur face.
What other characters can be for The Last Jedi?
What other characters were there?
I can't remember. I don't think there's enough.
I don't think it can be DJ. He's too much of a main character.
Yeah.
It could be the leprechaun that Warwick David plays.
Oh, yeah.
But we don't want that many on... We don't want to spare even more time on Canto
The
Bight.
guy... No, but the guy that says they parked on the beach. That's the them.
No, not the guy who parks on the beach. It's the guy who's like...
No, who says they parked on the beach.
Oh, because they were in his parking spot.
Yeah.
God.
No, he was like... I don't know.
Well, whatever the case is, it's going to be the guy who was meaning to park there, but couldn't because of them.
Oh my god.
Oh, I was going to go there, I had this date, and now I can't.
Oh, the doctor that had spent ages making sure that Finn's, like, tubing was all correct. And then he walks back into the room, and Finn had just gotten up and ripped it all out and go, Ray! Ray!
He didn't go Ray, he was just walking around aimlessly with like a like a blank expression.
Well, when he woke up, he did go Ray, I think.
Okay, fair. Never mind.
Yeah.
It's going to be someone who saw BB-8 controlled at AT-ST and rip its cockpit off. It was so dumb.
He ripped his cockpit off.
Oof. It's going to be Rose's sister.
Yeah.
She's gonna have the longest one.
We're gonna find out that the magnetic bombs were actually droids, and we're gonna get one from the perspective of one of those.
They were actually augmented buzz droids.
Augmented buzz droids. Oh my god.
I mean, Thrawn did that once.
Oh, we're gonna get that guy that Holdo says Godspeed to. The guy who should have left on his own piloting that ship when he could have just left with everyone else. He just explodes.
We're going to get point of view of some guy who was like prepared to go help the resistance, but like ate some bad space curry and spent a little bit too long on the loo and missed the call from General Leia.
Oh my god!
To go to what was the planet's name?
Crate.
To Crate.
And it was Hondo the whole time.
No! We're gonna get point of view of Lando on Pasana.
Oh, wait.
Was it on Pasana?
Yeah, on Pasana. What if everyone did rally to Leia's message, but they got there when everyone was already left?
They went, instead of the planet Crate, they found the nearest Crate dragon.
No, because like everyone left not that long after Leia sent the message.
True.
There's no way anyone could have gotten there that quickly.
Oh, yeah.
So...
Oh, God. Oh, yeah, that's why everyone was already rearing up to join Lando.
Yeah, because they were just like,
Skywalker.
We were here all year ago. Is this one real or is this a prank?
Someone is a real general who cried Wolf Yularen.
Oh my god. I think we spent... I'm sure we've got enough characters for a Last Jedi certain point of view book now.
Let me pause to find out how long we actually spent on this. Well, that was 7 minutes of your life you're never getting back.
Or more.
Literally over 10% of what we've already discussed.
Oh my god.
Was Last Jedi from a certain point of view.
Well, I do want to talk about, the topic of this podcast.
Yeah, we should go back to the Stonehenge where Baby Yoda was.
Yeah.
Which got us to the topic of bloody Broom Kid.
Yes.
Who could come to his aid. My only thought, unless it's someone we don't know, is Ezra. Because we are getting Thrawn back, kind of.
He might be in the Rebel sequel series.
He might be in the Rebel sequel series, But I think it would make all the sense in the world for Ezra to show up, pick up Grogu, and the Rebel sequel series is going to be Ezra, Sabine, Ahsoka, and Grogu.
I don't want Grogu to leave the Mandalorian. Then what's the point?
Well, no, he won't leave the show. That would start after Mandalorian wraps.
I kind of don't want that.
If he dies or whatever.
I don't think it's likely that Baby Yoda is going to want to go on that path.
I'm not saying he's going to want to.
I think that he's gonna choose Mando, and he might not have tentacle. He might have just gone Zen for a little bit.
But what was that blue stuff? We've literally never seen that.
Him going Zen. Maybe the Seeing Stone was something.
It was amplifying his force powers like those pawns did in Last Jedi. Why are we still talking about Last Jedi?
Okay.
What if he was projecting himself to Luke?
Oh my god!
He could have actually projected himself.
I do think that because Luke was on some sort of Seeing Stone type thing, wasn't he?
Yeah,
when he was meditating there. But we didn't. Yeah, you're right. We didn't see the same sort of blue stuff.
He could have been talking. What else is Force related in blue, other than Force lightning? Force ghosts. What if he was talking to actual Yoda? No. What if he was talking to Rebels Yoda?
Rebels Yoda turns up in weird sparkles rather than blue.
Well, for a little bit, I thought that butterflies that were flying around the Seeing Stone were blue sparkles.
Oh.
So that could be a reincarnation of Yoda.
Oh my god.
Kind of like Ahsoka sometimes flies around as an owl.
Imagine Yoda.
Well, no, that's not Ahsoka. That's the sister.
The daughter.
The daughter.
Imagine Yoda got reincarnated as a fucking butterfly on Tython.
Well, not a butterfly, but he can manifest himself. Kind of like Zeus, but not as a swan to have sex, but instead as a butterfly to guide people.
Great. I don't think you needed to mention the Zeus part.
I mean, who else Well, I could have just said God, just in general. Yeah. Instead of a burning bush.
Burning bush.
It's just a flash.
Yeah, that's a tenuous link.
Yeah, very much so.
I do find it interesting that Mando says, "Does this look Jedi to you?" And if Baby Yoda understood that, he probably would have been saying, "Fuck no." But
I don't know.
I do I think that in canon now, the Jedi originated in the Outer Rim. All the oldest Jedi stuff is in the Outer Rim.
They're not even necessarily from this galaxy.
Yeah, they're from Jeddah, it's mid-rim, but it's towards the Outer Rim.
Mm-hmm.
You got Arc 2, which is Outer Rim. You got bloody Lothal, which is Outer Rim. Tython's now Outer Rim. They clearly did not originate in the center of the galaxy anymore. Mm-hmm. They're from outside, on the rim. And then over time they moved to Coruscant. They lost their way. They were removed from nature and went to a literal city planet where there's no bloody natural landscape.
The Jedi Temple is literally built on top of a Sith temple.
It's true. But where there's strong nexuses of the light side, there's strong nexuses of the dark side.
That is true. Let's not forget about Dagobah.
Yeah, which had both.
Yeah.
So, both is good.
Both is good. Yeah, it's always darkest under the candle, as they call it, as they say. Is that not? Don't you have a similar saying in English? It's always darkest under the candelabra.
What's a candelabra?
I think it's the thing that it's candle holder.
Huh?
What do you call that?
I don't know.
It's just a thing that holds candles.
Yeah. I don't know. It's not a Star Wars reference, so I don't understand.
It's always darkest under Project Starlight.
It's always darkest on the other side of Ryloth.
It's always darkest in between of the suns of a binary system. There's a quad sun system in Chaos Rising.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why. I don't remember.
I find it odd. Well, it would be... In real life, there's more binary star systems than not, I think. I think they're the most common type of...
That's wild.
Most common type of ones with planets, I think.
Don't forget there is a theory that our star system is a binary star system.
Fuck off. There's not two suns. I think we would notice if there were two suns.
There is only one sun because that's the star's name. But like there's... Oh,
I thought the star's name is Sol.
No, it is sun because it's a star. There is no such thing as a sun.
Yeah, a sun is the star that's in your system.
Is that like...
I think.
The official thing?
Well, the star's name is Sol.
Sol 1, Sol 2.
Which is name... Where's Sol 2?
Sol Patch.
Sol Guerrera.
Whoa.
I wanted to say a long time ago, we mentioned boulders in the Last Jedi thing, and it reminded me of how Fennec, right?
Yeah, Fennec.
Fennec kicked that massive boulder, and like Indiana Jones, bloody all the stormtroopers, and they got fucking destroyed by it. And there's one guy that E-Web is trying to blow it up with it. And he's just fucking...
That was really cool. It was straight up like from some sort of video game. Like when something's falling at you and you try to shoot it.
Yeah.
Robert Rodriguez did such a great job on the action.
I really enjoyed the action, yeah.
There was so much impact behind like all the gaffy stick hits.
Yeah.
That bit when Boba Fett was like dragging it on the ground before he completely demolished the guy who got kicked in the balls.
Yeah.
Or like the guy who like fell from one boulder and I hit another one and
like you can clearly see like breaking their fucking necks and stuff.
God.
You did mention how there seemed to be like so many stormtroopers coming from. I didn't think it was that egregious. I thought maybe it was like 20 plus, which sort of makes sense if they're not there for comfort. They're there to just for the trip from the Architects down to the Tython.
As we saw in Force Awakens and in the first trailer as well, I think they're just like standing right next to each other.
Yeah.
Very much against social distancing rules.
Yeah,
although their helmets are meant to filter out toxins and like stuff like that. So
yeah, unlike First Order ones, which are shitter.
Well, no, that's the one that Finn had.
Yeah, which doesn't filter out toxins.
Oh.
That was the whole point of, remember in Force Awakens? When
I thought it was the opposite. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, when they were like going to break the poisonous gas thing on the Millennium Falcon.
What was that? Was that against... No, that was...
Because they thought they were being tractor beamed by the First Order, but they were getting tractor beamed by Han Solo and Chewbacca.
Right. It's been a while since I saw Force Awakens.
It's been only a few weeks for me.
It's been 5 years for me.
It's been 5 years!
What a dry spell.
Oh my... I was going to say something, but I can't remember what. That is a common theme.
Yeah. Did you have any ideas of your own who might show up for Baby Yoda? Could it be bloody Ginger Kid from Fallen Order?
No, I think he's dead.
You did say that you hope that he is.
If he's not dead, I'm going to be disappointed.
What's his name again?
Cal Kestis.
Cal Kestis.
I do not want him to be alive.
What if it's Cal Katarn?
Well, I would like Cal Katarn, but I don't want him to be a Jedi.
You just want him to be Han Solo.
Well, we did get those fake posters of like thingy from Dark Forces. I mean, not
from
Dark
Shadows
Forces.
of the Empire.
Shadows of the Empire.
Of the Wookiee that's in there and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as Prince Shizor.
That was a cursed image, but I love it.
That was the only part of those images that I liked.
Yeah.
Because Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as someone with pheromones that make you like super horny for him.
That's a weird thing.
It's a weird thing in Star Wars, but it's just Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. That's what he is. The sexiest man alive. Franchise Viagra, as some call him.
What? Who calls him that?
People from Screen Junkies, at least.
Well, I'm not one of them.
Neither am I.
Whoa!
I am definitely not one of those that got cancelled. He was the bloody head of them, wasn't he? Andy Signor?
I can't remember.
I think he was like the main... At least he hosted movie fights. But
He got cancelled?
Yeah.
What for?
What do you think?
Oh.
Yeah.
Why is everyone transphobic?
No, well, not that.
Oh.
Because he's not from Star Wars.
Oh, yeah. Everyone who's from Star Wars got cancelled.
It was, for some...
Chuck Wendig's getting cancelled again.
What did he do this time?
Well, apparently he's back on Twitter and he was saying how archive.org is bad.
What's archive.org?
You know, it's the website that just archives a lot of books. And he was saying it's anti-author. But then, like, I don't think people should really have a go at him because, I mean, I don't think he's getting any work anyway. Apparently he's a nice guy. Jason Fry was saying he was a nice guy.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like archive.org because I'm a student and I need old history books. So I kind of still want it.
I mean, if you looked at like Stephen King's Twitter, he's like saying so much more like politically charged stuff than Chuck Wendig.
Yeah.
And there's no way that bloody Stephen King is ever getting cancelled for that.
No, I mean, he openly did coke.
Yeah, I mean, it was the 80s, everyone did coke. But like, if you remember, like a couple of years ago, there was like a bus full of like Republicans, politicians or something that like crashed and a lot of people died.
No.
Well, that happened and he was like, good riddance.
Oh, wow.
Which is really fucking spicy.
Yeah, that is a bit spicy, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, talking of spice.
Talking of spice, there was no spice dream in this episode, as Olaf had put it.
Because he was like, they're back.
Yeah.
The Empire's back. I was like, didn't the stormtroopers tip you off?
Yeah, that was a little strange.
So I guess that implies, so he saw the Architens and he was like, they're back. The Empire's back. So like, are stormtroopers commonplace, like just to be around and do stuff, but like Imperial starships, like proper starships?
I mean, cast your mind back to chapter 1, when we saw a load of stormtroopers with the client.
Yeah.
No one really bat an eye.
Yeah, they're there.
No one really assumed that they are Empire. I don't think.
They're just around.
Yeah. By the way, like, why were they so dirty when their outpost was not that far away?
Because I don't think those were the same guys.
Maybe?
The client was working for Gideon, but those stormtroopers weren't the same stormtroopers as the one from...
I guess
that's why Gideon just shot them all.
Yeah, true. I guess if they were just stationed in the city, they were just doing their own thing. God, I was gonna say Wolf Yularen. That's not incorrect, but I was meant... What's the client's actor?
I just forgot it. I saw a video on another interview of his.
I'm going to say that his name is Lor Santeka.
No, he like is fascinated by this.
Werner Herzog.
Werner Herzog. He's fascinated by the stupidity of chickens. He's like I like looking at them and just imagining the sheer stupidity coming from. I'm like, wow, this guy is like, I love him. He says a lot of weird things, but he's always entertaining. I mean, it's just fascinating to listen to.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess that like it is true coming back to the Architens and stuff. Like a whole like cruiser is much harder to come by than like stormtrooper armor. Yeah. Because you can probably like take that off corpses and polish it and it's like new.
I suppose. I guess like it's showing that these are stormtroopers rather than they're just people wearing stormtrooper armor. Which I guess the stormtroopers under the client could have been. They could have just been people that the client got to wear the armor.
Yeah, because he was like a neo-Nazi or something.
Yeah. Which
I think people theorized all along about him.
I mean, he was wearing the bloody Imperial thing on a medallion.
Yeah.
So...
And wasn't like the Beskar like imprinted with like Imperial insignia? It was literally Nazi gold.
Oh, whoa! That's pretty cool.
It's a little insensitive to cast a German person as that.
It's the first time we've seen a German person, a German actor or German accent be used for the Empire.
True, but still.
Most of the time it's British. I don't think it's insensitive. If Werner Herzog was uncomfortable doing it, he wouldn't do it.
Well, yeah, but money.
Yeah, but I don't think he does that kind of thing.
There is a lot of precedent for people being cast in roles that they feel like uncomfortable doing, but the money is too good.
I don't think Werner Herzog is in need of money. He still makes documentaries and stuff to this day. So.
That is true. But...
and he doesn't really act much.
But like divorced from like this specific case, it does happen.
Yeah, totally. Also, we mentioned earlier the landing craft that the stormtroopers use were similar to the ones in The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
You also said how they were similar to the U-wing, so perhaps they were all those are from the same manufacturer. That the one used in this episode is a precursor to the one from bloody Force Awakens.
Because we have learned in, once again, The Last Jedi,
Oh!
that the same manufacturer makes both TIE fighters and X-Wings for bloody Resistance and...
Yeah, I
whatever.
don't think it's true that the same company makes them, but it's possible that they're made in the same place. Because we know that, like
Quad Drives or something.
Yeah, we know from Rebels that Sinar Fleet Systems has a factory on Lothal. So just because it's the same...
Which may or may not be the place where the Magistrate... Was it the Magistrate? What was Morgan's...
Morgan Elsbeth.
Yeah, what was her...
She
title?
gathered... Yeah, Magistrate, yeah.
Yeah. It could have been where she worked.
Possibly.
Or at least she had some connection to it.
We know now that she's from Dathomir.
Allegedly.
No, not allegedly. She is from Dathomir.
Yeah, someone from the story group tweeted it,
I believe so, yeah.
Which is a little bit weird. Dathomir, of course, being the planet where the Night Sisters are from, and also where Maul is from.
Yeah, and Savage Press.
And Savage Press, god damn it.
And that person from Fallen Order.
Well, she is a Night Sister.
Yeah.
Which is where... It's not where Ogdo Bogdo is.
No, that's Bogano.
Yeah, that's Bogano. Bulgogi.
Oh.
Which is a little bit weird, but as was established, like, not everyone who's from there is a Night Sister.
Yeah.
I mean, again, like, you can be raised basically anywhere. You can be dropped off. There could just have been a family there, just like in Caravan of Courage.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
they crash landed on Endor.
Well, yeah, her parents could have crash landed on Dathomir, and she could have been raised by Night Sisters,
You never know.
the...
But
what's the other race called? What's Darth Maul?
Night Brother.
No.
Or Zabrax.
Zabrax.
Yeah, but Dathomirians aren't necessarily Night Sisters or Night Brothers, and they are a mix of Zabrax and humans. So I don't think it's it makes sense.
Wait, who's a mix of Zabrax and humans?
Some Night Sisters and stuff.
Okay.
But what I mean is that Morgan Elsbeth being from Dathomir, I don't think doesn't make sense. I think I just would have rathered that she looked more like she was from Dathomir, with like some sort of the costuming rather than just looking like an ordinary person.
Yeah, or at least like shave her head, give her a paler skin.
Or something. I don't know.
Paler Swift.
Whoa. Well, on that note, do you think we should go into light side, dark side?
And the one in the middle.
The Bendu. I'll go first with mine. So, my light side is, of course, Boba Fett being Mandalorian by proxy, because bloody Jango Fett was a fucking foundling, and I'm very, very happy about that. Though my dark side, I suppose, might be how Tython looked. Like, it wasn't as cool as it could have been. I kind of do understand how people like feel about like it feeling low budget, because it looked like just a place. It wasn't that like extravagant.
I mean, it really fit in with like the vibe that most Jedi ruins have, like in new canon.
Like Arcto and stuff.
Like Acto, like Lothal. Just mostly unassuming buildings in the middle of like nowhere.
Not like bloody Jeddah, though, which has the huge fallen statues.
Yeah, Jeddah is kind of the outlier there, but that's probably because like the Church of the Force or the Church of the Wills?
Yeah, but many churches.
Well, because the churches are there as opposed to anywhere else. And of course, Coruscant is also the outlier there. Yeah,
I feel like Tython still. We didn't get to see his two moons, the Astral and the Bogon.
Whoa, I mean, they did make it like a lot less of a big deal than it was in Legends.
Yeah,
but I guess that's fair enough. Like if they're building a new canon, it makes sense that the stuff that was a huge deal back then, they're going to give a nod to, but they're not just going to do it again.
Yeah, and Tython's not where it was before either, so that's a clear break from Legends.
Yeah, but we've discussed why that might be the case. Like the center is like a symbol for like degeneracy or like civilization.
Degeneracy,
well, you know.
I know what you mean, like they lost their way.
Yeah.
Going forward. My one in the middle, though, if I should say that.
Maybe we should do them like
at the end.
At the end.
Okay, so you go first then.
I would say, much like last week.
Oh, cool.
much less controversially, the action in this was just phenomenal. High impact. It wasn't like... It was pretty clear what was happening. At points, like, it was a little bit strange. Like, there was one point where, like, Boba Fett, like, taps a stormtrooper on his shoulder and then demolishes him. And the guy was standing behind him, and I was like, why did neither of them see him coming? But, like, that aside, like, everything looked so goddamn cool. Ming-Na Wen, of course, Fennec, she did some cool stuff as well. She did some 360 no-scopes.
Yeah.
And she did that kind of thing where she, like, leapt off a ridge, turned around and sniped, like, 3 guys before she fell to the ground.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was really cool for action. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
So and
I'm so hyped to have Ming-Na Wen back and do more stuff.
Yeah, she's going to be in the finale stuff.
Yeah, she is around with them. I was so kind of sad last year in episode 6 because I really like Ming-Na Wen. I really enjoyed her as Agent May in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And it was kind of sad that they seemingly killed her, but now that she's gonna do some more cool shit.
She's back!
Yeet! And freaking Mando did a little less again, but more so than last week.
You did more than last week, probably as much as episode 3 this season, you know, the Heiress.
Yeah, there was also a bit where he was like literally just standing in front of Fennec, like drawing fire away from her because he's literally unkillable.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Same thing as in the Heiress.
Kind of, yeah. So yeah, that was my light side.
What's your dark side?
My dark side, I don't know if that's too petty to be my dark side.
No, nothing's too petty. We're Star Wars fans, Voiter.
You might be guessing what it is. It was Migs Mayfeld. He looked so goddamn out of place in that lineup on that computer screen. I am hyped to see him again. I like Bill Burr. I like his episode, and I like that they're going to be going against New Republic in a way
To break him out.
They
literally say prison break. It's
Yeah.
going to happen, basically.
And I don't doubt that Carson Tevo and or Trapper Wolf are going to at least appear. But it just looks so bad. It just looked very weird.
Yeah, understandable.
So, we're at the end of this segment, almost. Now we just have to talk about our one in the middle.
The Bendu.
What's yours?
Mine is... I quite liked the... It's just like a little bit I liked. It wasn't like really liked or...
Yeah, it's
whatever.
fun.
Yeah, the one in the middle. The Bendu. Which was the Stormtrooper Captain or Commander, who is like, go out there, flank him, you idiots! It was like, but I'm pinned. It's like, do it! And he just instantly dies. And he's like, oh, okay, everybody form on me, keep firing!
You know what that really reminded me of?
What?
The worst theatrically released Star Wars film, the Clone Wars movie.
Oh!
Remember that bit on whatever planet that was?
Which one?
The one where the ATTs are climbing up on Tath.
Yeah.
Where, like, one of the first instances of the droids being goofy.
Yeah.
When they're like, fire at quadrant SQ-15, and which one is... Just shoot over there, you dolt! And he immediately also dies.
Yeah. I like that part.
Yeah, it's kind of controversial, but I do like that the droids were just super dumb.
They are super dumb in the movies too.
Well, yeah, but
it's taken up a notch.
They're not goofy.
Yeah, but they are pretty dumb. Like, they go... Like, in episode 1, it was like, that does not compute, you're under arrest! And just immediately get chopped up by Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
So...
Did you know that they were meant to be modeled for, to look like Neimoidian skeletons?
Yeah. Yeah, I do know that. And that's still their canon explanation, which doesn't make much sense, considering, I mean, if they were Geonosian skulls, because the Geonosians made them, and presumably designed them, because they're in use among many corporate armies, not just the Trade Federation. I guess the Trade Federation had one of the largest corporate armies.
Yeah, because they had the most money, I guess.
Yeah, they had a monopoly on trade. Like, what the fuck?
Monopoly is bad, kids.
Yeah.
Play some better board games.
Ooh, Settlers of Catan.
I'm not a big fan of that either.
Carcassonne.
I've never played that, but I would be...
Carcassonne's fun.
So I hear, play Risk.
Ah! Star Wars Risk.
Why don't Star Wars Grisk?
Oh! Oh my god.
That's a Blue Man group right there.
Yeah.
That's the people who are fighting them anyway.
We were theorising names this episode could be.
Yeah, because we are theorising that Thrawn might have more stuff to do.
We weren't genuinely thinking Thrawn was going to appear in this episode.
Well, no, but...
It's like, we came up with like jokes like it was going to be called The Blue Man.
It was going to call The Fork.
Yeah, because it was we thought, because it's a Robert Rodriguez episode, it's either going to be super actiony or super weird. So it was like, Mando loses his fork and has to go to a fork vendor to get a new one. And then hijinks ensue.
I mean, that would fit in if this season was doing like more episodic stuff, which it really seems to be veering away from.
Yeah.
Like, you could say that episode 2 was a little bit more in line with the first season, but it was still relevant. It wasn't just a side story.
Yeah, because it had Carson Teva and Trapper Wolf.
Yeah, and it had the Frog Lady.
Whoa.
It had Dr. Mandible.
Whoa!
And the adventures of the jetpack kid. Oh no, wait, he died.
Yeah, he died. But Baby Yoda clapped!
I clapped too when I saw it. I clapped when I saw the Dark Saber.
Yeah.
I never said what my one in the middle was.
Yeah, what is the Bendu?
The Bendu. I'm going to say I was intrigued by the exchange between Moff Gideon and Grogu. Because he was like showing off his Darksaber and was like, "You've seen one of these before, didn't you?" Or
like,
does this remind you of... Remember the Rebel base?
Thank you, Garland!
We need to bloody tag Red Letter Media in every
No,
single
they
thing.
fucking hate us. I'm not joking. I feel like we represent everything they despise.
Probably. Well, no, we are literally what they talk about when they talk about Star Trek.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not literally the nerd crew.
No, thank God. thank Grogu.
Thank Grog. That word.
Thank the Ogdo Bogdo.
Oh God. Thank Bor Gullet.
Thank the Rancor Keeper that cried. I wonder
That's
if
definitely going to be a point of view. Certain.
Yeah,
point of view.
definitely.
That there's no way he isn't.
Yeah.
Him and or the
Gamorrean that falls into the Rancor pit.
and the Twi'lek dancer who falls into the Rancor pit.
It's going to be a whole Rancor pit chapter where we see from all these...
Unless it's just from the point of view of the Rancor.
Oh, and then we get to see all of them.
Yeah.
And it's just like, me eat. Me eat. Me eat.
Me die now.
Oh, God. Going back to your point about Moff Gideon with the Darksaber, saying, remember this. So that shows that Moff Gideon clearly knows that Baby Yoda was trained as a Jedi.
He does know that. I mean,
he knows
I guess
everything.
he assumes he knows everything that happens in the galaxy.
Yeah.
He is the Warden of the Galaxy.
I've never seen the Warden of the Galaxy thing.
It was... I don't remember where it was, but he definitely said it in some sort of an interview.
The actor, you mean?
Yeah.
No, Moff Gideon himself.
Said it. Moff Gideon was actually on a conference call with Kathleen Kennedy, and he said A, that Force is female, and B,
Oh my God.
and B, that he is the Warden of the Galaxy and he's going to kill everyone who doesn't like Kathleen Kennedy.
Makes sense. Hence why we're still alive.
Yeah, because we like Kathleen Kennedy.
It's true.
Unironically. That sounded like a joke, but, you know, it isn't.
Yeah, so he knows the Grogu
Yeah.
was a youngling.
But it kind of seemed to imply to me that he, like... I'm not sure if he was, talking about the Darksaber as if it was just a lightsaber, which would mean that he doesn't really know what it is, or that Grogu may have seen the Darksaber before, which doesn't really make sense.
No, that doesn't make sense.
So what is the dark saber specifically?
It is a lightsaber. It was made by Tor Vizsla, who was a Jedi.
But it's like a special one, right?
It's just a lightsaber he made.
Right.
And then when he died, the Mandalorians raided the Jedi Temple on Coruscant and took it.
Right. Is it flat, or does it just look like that because it's different colors?
I think it's flat. I think it's like a sword.
Blade.
Yeah, it's like a blade. While everyone was enjoying the original trilogy, Moff Gideon was mastering the blade.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
I like derailed you.
It's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah. Much like Boba Fett's armor on old Tamara Morrison.
It looked very weird. He didn't look that much better than Cobb Vanth.
He was still wearing his Tusken outfit though.
Yeah, because he was wearing like the long tunic or whatever.
Yeah, so he might buy some new clothes and might look like pretty epic. He did look pretty epic though as Boba Fett.
Oh yeah. He did so much cool stuff. Like he fired a wrist rocket like point blank into the guy's belly. He fired knee rockets.
He killed 4 people with his knees!
Which, as you mentioned, is something that appeared in reference books, but I don't think it was ever seen anywhere else.
Never seen on camera, but you see that in the Ultimate Visual Guide for the original trilogy, it says for Boba Fett he has the Neeb things, which is kind of cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
But he did so much cool stuff that we've only heard about Boba Fett but never seen.
Yeah, maybe we'll see more. I hope he doesn't die.
I don't think they would do that, especially since I have heard rumblings of a Boba Fett TV show.
I don't... Like, we know the Cassian Andor show is about to be filmed.
Mm-hmm.
We've heard that the Kenobi show might be in a conceptual level.
Yes. But it is happening.
I believe it when I say it. It
was confirmed on the last D23 by Ewan McGregor and Kathleen Kennedy.
Look, I know I saw Ewan McGregor on the Graham Norton show, and I know he was talking about starring in the Kenobi TV show, and I know that was real, and I saw it, and it was on YouTube, and it was broadcast live. But not live. But yeah, it could happen. Maybe it gets cancelled.
From a certain point of view, it is happening.
In a galaxy far, far away, it hasn't happened because it takes a long time for things to get over there.
Yeah, aliens will only see it in about 15 million years.
Poor them. We're going to see it never. I mean, sorry, a couple of years.
Conceivably next year.
No way.
I would say conceivably we will see a trailer next year.
Maybe. There's going to be Mandalorian Season 3 next year.
Oh, cool.
Well, there is totally going to be Mandalorian Season 3.
I mean, yeah. Apparently it's like 5 times more successful than anything else on Disney+. And it apparently did give a big boost to Clone Wars.
Yeah, I saw that.
Especially after last episode. Which is making me very happy.
Very happy. And I think it could conceivably go for 5 seasons.
Visible happiness.
Visible happiness indeed.
I would like to watch episode 2 with descriptive audio.
Yes.
What if it's confirmed in descriptive audio that Jango Fett is actually a clone himself? What if he was called a foundling in the descriptive audio back in 2001 and no one noted? 2002.
No one noticed. No one ever put descriptive audio on.
Yeah.
They actually put, like, Boba Fett, who would later appear in Mandalorian Chapter 14, and then says, yup, to his dad.
And that reminds me of a thing we talked about more than an hour ago, so I probably shouldn't go into it. But the reason why I didn't like I'm just a simple man trying to make his way in the galaxy. The reason why I thought it didn't fit was because Django Bango said it when he was like trying to like play cool in front of Obi-Wan.
Yeah, I sort of agree.
Yeah, whereas Boba was just trying to like, I don't know exactly what he was trying to do, like tell him like I don't really give a shit, I'm just doing my thing.
Yeah, trying to break new ground.
Dude, too much. Too many times.
I'm sorry.
It's becoming like the bloody I have a bad feeling about this
Have they ever said that in Mando?
I don't think they did, actually.
Maybe next episode Mayfield says it.
Maybe next episode Mayfield starts talking about the Blues Brothers.
Whoa!
By the way, do you think that Mando is just going to keep Slave 1? Because he needs a ship.
Oh yeah, Razor Crest's blown up, so
Yeah.
I think he will just get a new ship.
Maybe. He will steal like a Thai something.
Satil Shan.
What's that?
Bastila Shan's great-granddaughter or something.
From the Old Republic?
Yes.
Where else, I guess? From the High Republic.
Whoa! Oh my god.
We need to keep bringing the High Republic up because that's literally every single piece of dialogue in the current comics.
Yeah, it's like, remember the High Republic? And we're like, no, we don't know yet!
Like, I was reading Dr. Aphra earlier today and it was like, let's examine these ruins from the High Republic era. Oh look, High Republic era writing. Oh look, a High Republic era ship. Let's take it and fly away. Good thing that it's in perfect condition and everything.
Oh my god, Nile artifacts.
Oh my god, this guy is using Nile. He's using Nile symbolism and rhetoric to fight against the Empire. We need to get rid of him.
Yeah, I think it's a bit much.
Yeah. It's like literally everything.
Except
for Darth Vader, but that is calling back to like Naboo,
that's
Tatooine, and everything, which is also a bit cringy. Remember that bigger fish that ate the smaller fish in episode 1?
Yeah.
That appears again.
The same one?
Well, probably not, but one of them. Darth Vader kills it.
Why? He lives in the middle of the fucking, literally the center of the planet.
Well, basically, there's like a conspiracy to kill Vader put up by the former Padme's handmaidens.
Yeah.
And like Captain Typho and people like that. And they basically lure Vader into like a shrine. I think it's Padme's resting place or something like that.
Alright.
Or like a shrine to her. That's actually, you know, that mural I sent you a picture of with like everyone from like the victory celebration at the end of episode 1.
Yeah, with the big ball.
With the big ball, and Anakin is there for some reason.
Yeah.
That's where it happens, and that's underwater. And they use some sort of a signal to lure that big beast to kill all of them, and especially Vader. But Vader just flees and kills that bigger fish. So there is always a bigger fish, but that bigger fish is Vader.
Whoa.
But because there's always a bigger fish, that's what Luke is, who beats Vader. But there's always a bigger fish than Luke, because Luke kills himself. So Luke is the biggest fish.
Luke is the big fish from Big Fish.
Oh my god! Bloody, it's the biggest twist of Rise of The Last Jedi.
The biggest fish of the Last Jedi!
The big twist is that it was directed by
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory guy, Edward Scissorhands guy,
Mr. Batman, Tim Burton.
Tim Burton.
I would watch a Tim Burton Star Wars movie.
I don't think I would.
Why not?
Because he made the fucking Alice in Wonderland movies. Have you seen those? Those are shit.
Yeah, but he also made good movies.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago. I'm not sure if he can make good movies now.
What was the last one he made? Was it Miss Peregrine's House for Wayward Children?
He made that?
I don't know, actually. I think so.
The thing is that, like, Tim Burton, I'm just like, I don't know, he's hit and miss when he's working with something he hasn't made.
What do you mean?
He didn't make up Alice in Wonderland, and he made a shit film. Mm-hmm. But he also didn't make up Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and he made a good film. Arguably.
He also didn't make up Batman.
That's true, and that was a good film.
Yeah. He also didn't make up Batman 2, Batman Returns. But that's probably not the best one. What else did he make?
I think let Robert Rodriguez keep his keys for weird outlying director.
Yeah, let's... I would watch like a kids show set in the Star Wars universe, directed by
No!
Robert Rodriguez.
No!
I would watch the general from the from the undersea episode of Clone Wars, the Shark Man from Clone Wars,
Oh my
and
god!
the lava people from the last arc of the last run of Star Wars, which is the worst roundabout way to say Shark Boy and Lava Girl. But I would watch that.
I would actually watch a Hondo show directed by Rob.
Oh yeah, that would be really good.
Yeah.
Who's like the most like gritty, violent person in Star Wars that we know of?
So
Rook?
far, huh?
Rook?
Rook? No!
Not Bodhi Rook.
No,
Thrawn's Rook.
Rook hasn't done anything.
Well, kind of.
Voiced by bloody
Warwick Davis.
but he does nothing.
Well, that's because he kind of has to be there to be like a foil to Zeb, who can't die.
Yeah.
Was not allowed to die.
I don't think he's the grittiest character.
Well, no, but like he could be.
I think Boba Fett has filled that role already. And for this episode, I mean, he's pretty gritty. You got Darth Vader, who's pretty gritty.
Maybe like a pre-armor Grievous.
Maybe.
Pre-cyborg
Well, we don't.
Grievous,
I'm not sure. I mean, there's already going to be a bloody Cassian Andor show, isn't there? So we've got to be careful with the shows.
Yeah.
Because we know how he dies. So what's going to happen?
It's the trappings of all prequels, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Oh well, indeed.
Oh well! It's gonna break new ground.
No, you can't. I'll kill you, Vita.
Oh no! We're both gonna die!
We die now?
You may fire when ready.
Wow, what up, fam?
And this is where bloody Robert This is where
Oh my god. This is where bloody Robert Rodriguez really comes to form.